ওয়েলকাম স্টুডেন্টস, ওয়েলকাম টু মজাস্ত্র। আজকে তোমাদের যে একটা টপিক পড়াবো, খুব ইম্পর্টেন্ট একটা টপিক পড়তে চলেছি, সেটা হচ্ছে মোশন ইন এ প্লেনের একটা পার্ট, সেটা হচ্ছে প্রজেক্টাইল মোশন। ওকে, তো এই প্রজেক্টাইল মোশনটা আমাদের বোর্ডের জন্য তো খুব ইম্পর্টেন্টই, তার সঙ্গে যেটা ম্যাক্সিমাম কারণে যেটা এখান থেকে যে ক্রিটিক্যাল থিঙ্কিং, এটা এখানে তোমার মোশনের প্লেনে ক্রিটিক্যাল থিঙ্কিং আমার এখান থেকে শুরু হতে পারে, তাই তো? তার মানে যদি আমাকে ঘুরিয়ে পেঁচিয়ে কোশ্চেন দেওয়ার থাকে মোশন ইন এ প্লেনের, দ্যাট ইজ দ্য, এটা কিন্তু ওয়ান ডাইমেনশনাল মোশনের মধ্যেই পড়ে, কিন্তু এটার নাম হলো টু ডাইমেনশনাল মোশন। তার কারণ হচ্ছে দুটো ওয়ান ডাইমেনশনাল মোশনকে আমরা একসঙ্গে একটা ফ্রেমে প্রজেক্ট করি, একটা ফ্রেমে দেখি, তাই তো? ইট মিনস দ্যাট হোয়েন টু ওয়ান ডাইমেনশনাল মোশন আর combined together, then it makes a two-dimensional motion, and projectile motion is such a example of such a motion. Okay, so it is important for board with WBJE, NEET as well as JEE Mains and Advanced also. Okay, so to cover this topic we just discuss two things. One is general form and another is a special case. So there is some case. Okay, so now we start about the general form. So what do you mean by, this is the first, make a heading, projectile motion. So what do you mean by projectile motion? The motion which is under control of gravity, it is called a projectile motion. Okay, it means this is also a motion if a body is kept over here which has a mass m, its force mg is acting in this side. If we apply a force and this force is greater than this mg, then this body can move from this to this, that is the some displacement takes place. Okay, this displacement takes place. So for this motion it is called the linear motion, as it is in a straight line, and it is called a 1D motion. 1D motion, when two 1D motion are combined together, then that is a 1D plus 1D, then we can get a 2D motion. Okay, projectile motion is such a motion. So the motion which is under influence of the gravity, that is called the projectile motion. So first we take one general form. A mass, a body, you can neglect the mass, this is a height, a mass is kept over here, this is a mass. In velocity, initial velocity u, it can project and it comes from the topmost position to the ground at some time t. The total time taken is t. Okay, the motion is ungoverned by under g. Okay, so such a motion is called a two-dimensional motion, and it is a best example of two-dimensional motion is projectile motion. Why it is called two one-dimensional motion? So if a observer is seeing over here, this is the observer, say light rays is coming from the observer, then when this mass is projected from upper to the lower, it see that the mass is throw like this, the mass is come from a height to the ground. This is a one-dimensional motion. Another is, if a bird is seeing this bird, and it means that some light is coming from the bird, then it see that a ball is coming from here to here. So this is also here to here like this. This is also a 1D motion. So combination of these two motion is nothing but the one-dimensional motion, and it is under constant acceleration, that is the g, and constant velocity. It is in y directional, it is in x directional. It means that the velocity along x directional is constant, and the velocity in y direction is nothing but, the acceleration is nothing but under influence of g. You can be write the term uniform acceleration instead of the constant acceleration. Okay, so the acceleration of projectile motion is uniform and the velocity at x direction is constant for a projectile motion. This motion is called the projectile motion. So in this video we can discuss about some parameters, that what we can find or what we can get from this scenario. First, we can find out the t. Second, we can find out if this is the r, the range, that is बांग्ला में बोले पाल्ला, कितना दूर तक वो फेंका जाएगा, that is r. And obviously at any instant of time, that at after some time what is the velocity of this particle. So you can say after time t the particle reaches here, the point P, the coordinate of the point of P is x comma y. This can be written as A, this point is as B. So from A to P, what is its horizontal distance? It is nothing but the x, as it is x, and what is its vertical distance? It is nothing but the y. Okay, what is the velocity at x direction in this moment? It is u. And what is the acceleration? It is under g. G is acting from downward direction. Okay, so that's why g can be taken as positive. Okay, now we have to find out the r, t and v velocity at x comma y. Okay, so what should we do? First, we can consider the trajectory. What is trajectory? The path which follows the particle in a projectile motion is nothing but called a trajectory, is nothing but the trajectory. That is the path which is followed by the particle in a projectile motion. Okay, so the path which it follows is nothing but a parabolic path. Obviously it is always a parabolic path if we neglect two things. One is the change in g, the variable g, and obviously the air friction which can oppose its velocity. Okay, we can neglect two things, then the path is a parabolic path. We have to prove that. Okay, so at time t time, if horizontal distance is x, then x is what? Distance is equal to velocity into time, v into t, and t is equal to what? X by, sorry, not v, it is u, x by u. Okay, now you can consider x is equal to u into t and t is equal to x by u. Now what should we do? We can consider the, first find out the, it is follows the trajectory is nothing but a parabolic. So the displacement at t is, the displacement is from this point to this point. If you project this point, you get this point, so the displacement is y. Okay, so if displacement is y, now we have to consider the velocity at y direction. Okay, so that is the upward direction, the velocity at upward direction. So s is equal to ut plus half at square. Now what is u? U acts on x direction. Is there any u on the y direction? There is no u in the y direction. That's why you can take this u as 0. U is equal to 0 as no velocity in y. Okay, so s is nothing but the y. Here s is the displacement is y, is equal to half at square, that is the half gt square is equal to half g is what? G into t is what? X by u, that is the half g by u into x. So is equal to nothing but y. So now this g by u, half g by u is a constant, as u is a, g is a constant and u is a constant velocity where by which it thrown from the height h. This is a h height. Okay. So if this is a constant, then we can write y is equal to k into half gt square, x square by u square. This is g u square by x, g into x square by x square. So k x square. This is what? This is the equation of parabola. What is the equation of parabola? Equation of parabola is y is equal to x square is denoted the parabolic equation. So it is a equation of parabola. So if you ask that show that the projectile motion always follows a parabolic path, then you can prove this, and y is equal to kx square, k is a constant, so y is equal to x square, which is a equation of parabola. Then by this way you can prove that it is a parabolic path. Now the second part, again consider s is equal to ut plus half at square. Why we use this? Because the time which is t that is taken to come here to here, so the displacement is this h. Okay, so here you can say h, s is nothing but the h, u is again 0. Why it is 0? Because body is comes from height, this height to there, so the velocity is according to the this downward direction, and the downward velocity u is 0, that's why u is taken 0. So this term becomes 0, and this is half g into t is what? X square by u square. Okay, so the h, sorry, we are going to calculate the t na, g into the total time taken is t, it is t square. So it is t square is equal to 2h by g, t is equal to root under 2h by g. This is the equation for the time taken to reach from the height, a certain height, to the ground, as if you consider the motion is a projectile motion, that is the two-dimensional motion. Now what is the range? So range, so distance is equal to what? Velocity into time. So we have to find out the horizontal distance, that is for determine the horizontal distance we are considering the horizontal velocity. What is the horizontal velocity? The horizontal velocity is u. What is the time? T is equal to root under 2h by g. So the expression is u into 2h by g root under. This is the r. Okay, now this is the third point. Now fourth one. What is the fourth one? Fourth one is the velocity at any instant, that is the at t. You can consider the velocity at any instant, that is at point p. What is the velocity of the particle? So Vx is equal to u, and Vy is what? U plus at. At direction y, v is equal to u plus at. At direction y, u is equal to 0. So it becomes g into t. Okay, g into not capital T, it is small t, because at p it time taken is small t. So Vy is equal to gt. So what is v? V is equal to root under Vx square plus Vy square. What is Vx square? U square plus g square t square. How you determine this? Say this is your g, okay, and this is your u. So if g is multiplied with t, then you get v. G is nothing but the v by t into, so g into t is nothing but the v by t into t, that is the velocity v. T cancel out v, so g into t and u. So what is the velocity at that point? The velocity at that point is acting along this direction, that is the v. This v is nothing but the, so if this is gt, then this is gt, if this is u, then this is u. So this is a right angle triangle, this is velocity v. So v is equal to u square plus gt square, and v square is equal to u square plus gt square, then v is equal to root under u square plus g square t square. So this is the general form of a projectile motion if a body is thrown from a certain height. Now consider a body is projected like this, okay, again like this at an angle theta, okay. So this is its maximum height, this is its maximum height it can reach, okay. Now if this is u, is the initial velocity, it has two component, as it has making angle theta, so it has two component. One is u cos theta and another is u sin theta, okay. So vertical component is u sin theta and horizontal component is u cos theta. So we can determine, and the time taken to come from here to here, it is capital T. We have to find, so this is the range, we can find r, we can find t, and we can find the maximum height it can reach, okay. Now here u sin theta is the velocity at the upward direction and u cos theta is the velocity at the horizontal direction. So now it starts traveling in this trajectory, that is a parabolic in nature. So if you see minutely, you can see that the u cos theta is equal to constant and u sin theta is gradually decreasing, okay. As height is increasing, then the u sin theta is decreasing because there is a gravitational pull that is pulled by the g. So if there is a gravitational pull and if height is increasing, then u sin theta is decreasing. So at height this, that u sin theta become 0 and the u cos theta is constant, and at this height u sin theta is maximum and u cos theta is 0, because after that there is no more further velocity by this to this particle, okay. Now if you make a motion of a chart of a motion of x direction, motion x direction and motion y direction. So what is the velocity Vx is equal to u cos theta, the Vy it is u sin theta. What is acceleration? A is equal to 0, Ay is equal to minus g, as the direction is acceleration is accelerating in this direction and the pull is of the opposite direction. So the acceleration by this is minus g, minus sign is the opposite to the g, okay. Now why it is acceleration is 0? So I have already told that we can neglect two things, one is air friction and another is the change in g. So if there is no friction, a body is over here, there is nothing but a one-dimensional motion. So a body of mass m is here. If f is 0, friction, not capital F, small f, friction is 0, it is a frictionless plane, then if we apply some force which is more than m into g, then it starts moving and it stops until another opposite force is applied to it, So that force is nothing but the F. If this frictional force is not present, then if we apply some force in if a body is kept in a frictionless plane, and if we apply some force on it, then it starts moving, and it's moving in a straight line. Up to what time? Until another force is applied to the opposite side of its motion, and if the applied force is greater than the force which is applied to make it move is greater, then it is in rest. मतलब ये फोर्स जो है इससे ऑपोजिट अगर फोर्स ये F1 है, F2 अगर अप्लाई करोगे, इफ F2 इज ग्रेटर देन F1, देन आफ्टर सम टाइम इट स्टार्ट्स it is in rest. If there is no F2, then it starts moving and it cannot be in rest further. Okay, so as the force friction is not there, it means that V is constant, velocity is constant. If velocity is constant, then acceleration is 0. That's why the acceleration in the x direction is 0. Now we have to find T, H and R range. So to find T, the body starts from here and it comes over here. So to complete this journey, it will take T time, and the direction of motion is upward direction. So consider V is equal to U plus AT. So A to B, this is A point, this is B point, and this is C point. Now A to B is what? Why? We consider the motion from A to B and calculate this. V is equal to U plus AT. So at B, what is the vertical velocity? The vertical velocity at B is 0. Vy final is equal to 0. This is called Vy final, and Vy initial is equal to what? V cosine theta. Vy initial V sin theta. So here V is equal to U plus AT. V is the final velocity, U is the initial velocity, and A is the acceleration, T is the time. Okay, so now V is equal to 0. U is the vertical direction velocity is U sin theta, plus A is minus G, T is T, the time taken to reach A to B is T length. Okay, so here T is nothing but the U sin theta by G. Now consider A to C is nothing but the A to B plus B to C. A to B plus B to C, the time it takes to reach the maximum height, and same time will take to reach from maximum time to ground. So it is nothing but the 2 into A to B, that is T, total time is T is equal to 2 into U sin theta by G. It is the 2U sin theta by G is the expression for total time. Okay, this is the expression 1. Now find H, height H. So this is the height H. To find H, we have to again consider the upward, that is the vertical direction. So to find it, what should we apply? We can write Vy initial is equal to U sin theta, Vy final is equal to 0, and acceleration at y direction is equal to minus of G. Okay, displacement is AC is nothing but the H. Here to here consider A to B, because from A to B it can reaches the maximum height, and at that height the vertical direction velocity is 0 and the horizontal direction velocity is U cos theta. Okay, and acceleration is minus g. Now considering the equation v square is equal to u square plus 2as. Okay, v square is 0, u square is u square sin square theta, okay, plus of 2 into minus g into as is nothing but the h. So here you can write h equals to u square sin square theta by 2, u square sin square theta by 2, that is u 2u sin theta by g. Here it is u square sin square theta by 2 into g, not 2, it is 2 into g. This is the expression for the maximum height it can reach. Okay, now what is the range? To determine the range, this is the range. So here the bodies come from here to here, this is the horizontal range. So considering horizontal velocity and total time is time taken to come from A to C is capital T. To come from A to C, it is the time taken is capital T. So we know that distance is equal to velocity into time. The velocity is the horizontal velocity, that is it is a horizontal velocity is constant, that is the u cos theta, into time is t, that is the u cos theta, into t is what? T is 2u sin theta by g, it is 2u square sin theta cos theta by g. Okay, you can rewrite this like u square into 2 sin theta cos theta by g. Distance is nothing but the r, this is the r, this is the distance r, the u square. 2 sin theta cos theta is what? So rearrange this like this. Now u square 2 sin theta cos theta is sin 2 theta by g. So the expression of r is u square sin 2 theta by g. So this is the entire formula and entire derivation for a projectile motion. First one is when a body is thrown from a top to a ground under the influence of a gravity, that is called nothing but the projectile motion, and the path which is follows is nothing but called the trajectory, and it always obeys a path, that the path is parabolic in nature. And what are the two significant things? That is, it is governed by the uniform acceleration. The uniform acceleration is nothing but the g, because we are not consider the change in g from the height to change in height. So here we consider the uniform acceleration, the g is constant throughout this path, and the velocity there is the vertical velocity, horizontal velocity is constant throughout this path. That is if we consider the horizontal acceleration, it becomes 0 as the horizontal velocity becomes constant. So by this way you can solve any kind of numerical. So in the next video I can discuss 4 or 5 most important and 3 or 4 types of numerical which will come in your board, or which will come by which you can solve any kind of conceptual problem from this. By which you can solve any kind of projectile motion problems. So today's video is up to this. See you in the next class. and in the next class we will discuss or we will solve some numericals. Okay, so up to that the class is over up to this. So see you in the next class. Tata, bye bye.